Hello, viewers. I welcome you once more again to Remedial One YouTube channel where we discuss WASIC, WAYIC, math questions. Myself, which is Mr. Samuel Abeburizi, or Mr. AB, Mr. Abeb, whichever one that you want to call me, all the way from US as math specialist, with my brother Samuel Boateng, head of math department, Prempeh College, right here online. Mrs. Samuel Boateng, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, my brother. As you said, I'm Samuel, a teacher at Prempeh College, Wassce, Ghana. Just to emphasize that we are doing this for all students in West Africa sub-region. Not only that, all over the world, those who are willing to learn mathematics, this channel is for you. Today, we want to do something on indices. We have divided it into two. We look at the aspects that deals with simplification and evaluation this year. Questions on indices. Why that make use of rules and regulation, laws and properties of indices. So we are going to make use of that. How the laws, properties, say that any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. You have m raised to the power minus 1, you can rewrite it as 1 over m. So we can't state all the rules and then the laws here. We go along, we will let you know the particular law which applies to the question. On the screen, we have simplify, the keep root of bracket open, 3 to the power 6 times 5 to the power 3. Now, as I've said earlier, you need to make use of the laws and the properties of indices. So, to start with, we can rewrite this particular question as when you have the keep root of square m to the power half, then the keep root will be m raised to the power 1 over 3. So this particular question, we can rewrite the expression as bracket open a to the power 6 times 5 to the power 3, all raised to the power 1/3. Good. Yes. So the next step, we can split the 3 to the power 6 and then 5 to the power 3. So 3 to the power 6 to be 3 raised to the power 6 into bracket, all raised to the power 3 times 5 to the power 3, all raised to the power 1/3. Go to the next step, give you 3 to the power 6 times 1/3 times 5 to the power 3 times 1/3. So then go into 6 2 times, and then 3 will cancel 3. To do that, we have 3 to the power 6 times times 5. Yes. Good. Power 1 is the same as 5. We can 3 to the power 2, we can write it as 9 times 5. 9 times 5 will give you 45. There are two ways. Either you leave your answer at 3 to the power 2 times 5, or 9 times 5 to the 9 times 5, which will give you 45. But this particular question is an objective question. It depends on how the options have been written. So if you check the option and then it's 45, you choose the 45. If it is in the indices form, 3 to the power 2 times 5, then you choose that one. Depends on how the answer is written. Let's simplify. Square root of bracket x cubed times y to the power 5 over x times y to the power 7. Once again, go back to the laws and properties of indices, but that's what we are using. Let's get back to the question. This is equal to the square root of expression. You can write it as that expression all to the power half. Yes. So we can write this one as bracket open, s cube y to the power 5 over x y to the power 7, all raised to the power 1 on 2. So this is equal to, as we have been doing, we can split the numerator and then the denominator. So you have x to the power 3, all raised to the power half, all raised to the power half over x y to the power 7, all raised to the power half. Numerator, you can rewrite it as x cube all to the power 1 on 2 times y to the power 5 on 2 over x to the power 1 on 2 times y to the power 7 all raised to the power 1 on 2. Now, at the numerator, you can write it as x to the power 3 times half will give you 3 on 2 times y raised to the power 5 on 2. So you will multiply the 5 by the half over x to the power half times y to the power 7 on 2. Now we have an indices, which is in terms of x at the numerator and at the same time at the denominator. According to the laws of indices, when the indices are dividing, you subtract the exponent. You subtract the exponent. Yes, you take one of the base and subtract the exponent. Okay, so we can do this, which is equal to x raised to the power 3 on 2 minus 1 on 2 times y to the power 5 on 2 minus 7 on 2. So the next step, 3 on 2 minus 1 on 2 will give you minus 2 on 2 times this one will give you minus 2 on 2. So 2 on 2 will give you x to the power 1 times minus 2 on 2 will give you y to the power minus 1. As we have said before, y raised to the power minus 1, you can write it as 1 over y. And you have x times 1 over y. To simplify it, you have x on y. Yes. So as I told you, if this happens to be an objective test, so you look at the options given and then you select your answer appropriately. On the screen, we have simplify in one bracket or into bracket 0.06564 all to the power minus 1/3. Let me remind you that we are still solving questions on indices. And for indices, you need to use the laws and then the properties. Okay, we have 0.064 all to the power minus 1/3. Now, this particular question is technical. You need to be careful. First of all, we need to change 0.064 to fraction. So how do you do that? You move the decimal point 1, 2, 3. So you divide 64, becomes 64 divided by 1,000. Yes, the number of times you move the decimal point. If you move it 4 times, it will be 10,000, all raised to the power minus 1/3. The 64, we can rewrite 64 as, for easy evaluation, 4 to the power 3. Someone may say, why 3, not 2? Or not in terms of 2. I've told you that you look at the power or the exponent, if it is rational or fraction. So the denominator, you need to rewrite the number in such a way that the exponent can cancel out. Yes, someone may take a different route, but your arithmetic and algebraic expressions must be strong in order not to get stuck on the way. So we can write it as 4 to the power 3. And then the denominator too, we can write it as 10 to the power 3. Yes, all raised to the power minus 1/10. You can rule the negative. So negative exponent by interchanging the numerator and the denominator in the bracket. So you have 10 to the power 3 over 4 to the power 3, all raised to the power 1/3. And next, we need to split them. So which is equal to 10 to the power 3, all raised to the power 1/3 over 4 to the power 3, all raised to the power 1/3. So you realize that the 3 can easily cancel the denominator of the exponent. Yes, 3 can cancel the 3. Then this one. So you have 10 on 4. You see, we are being asked to simplify. So you look at it if you can go further. So the 2 can go into 4 2 times. So 2 can go into 10 5 times. So you have 5 on 2. We are not there yet. As I've been telling you, if it is an objective test, you look at how the question or the options have been presented. This is 5 on 2, which is improper fraction. So we can rewrite it in a proper way. 2 can go into 5 2 times. Remember, 1 on 2. So that will give you your maximum point. Remember, we are showing you the secret of getting your maximum point in Wassce examination. These are some of the petty mistakes that students make. And at the end of the day, they will say, why you people have cheated them. No, you stick to the rules. WAEC will never cheat you. 3 raised to the power n minus 1 times 2 raised to the power n plus 1 all over 81 raised to the power n. Remember, you still make use of the laws and then the properties. Now looking at the question, at the numerator, the base are different. We have base 3 multiplying another base 27. And the law states that before you can put two indices together, they should have the same base. So you check if you can express one in terms of the other. Now 3 and 27, 3 is the least one. We can obviously express 27 in terms of 3. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. So 3 raised to the power n minus 1 times the 27 alone, we can write it as 3 raised to the power 3 in bracket. All raised to the power n plus 1. And then when you come to 81, you can write it as 3 raised to the power 4. All raised to the power n. Okay, let's go to the next step. 3 raised to the power n minus 1 times 3 to the power, we multiply the base by the other term times, yes, we multiply, and then over 3 raised to the power 4n. Okay. At the numerator, the bases are the same. That is one of the laws of indices. If the bases are the same, you add the exponent. You add the exponent. So a raised to the power m times or a raised to the power n. Because the bases are the same, you add them. Okay. So in the same way, yeah, a to the power m minus n. In the same way, we have the same base, so we can write 3 raised to the power n minus 1 plus 3n plus 3 over 3 raised to the power 4n. So let's deal with the numerator first before we consider the denominators. So, and we have like term there. So we have 3 raised to the power at the numerator, n plus 3n will give you 4n. Minus 1 plus 3 will give you plus 2 over 3 raised to the power 4n. Now, the two are dividing. The two indices are dividing. So we apply the laws. When indices of the same base are dividing, we subtract the exponent, as you can see on the screen. So this one, to go to the next level, 3 raised to the power 4n plus 2 minus 4n. So if you want to group the like term, 4n will go to cancel out the 4n, leaving 3 raised to the power 2. And then if you want to get a real value, it will give you 9. As usual, if it happens to be an objective test, check the options and know how the answers have been written so that you make appropriate option or choice.
That's so amazing. So, guys, as you watch, pause it, work it on your own, and then double check with your answers. And this is the way you're going to get straight A. And Wassce, the WAEC called math. Okay, Prof.
Viewers, thank you so much. We are very grateful unto you for watching us all the time. And we know this is the way out. As a student, you want to make a good grades. This is the way out. So don't end it here. Solve more of these questions. And I know the sky is your limit. Once again, I'm Samuel Boatin, a tutor at Prempeh College. If you want to get details, or if you want to ask any question, you can call me. My number is my WhatsApp number 0242 30 78 46. So those of you who are not in Ghana, you can add our code +233. Feel free and call me or WhatsApp me. If you don't understand anything, you can contact me. And then when you go to the channel, you can make your comment over there. And we will definitely respond to it. Yeah. God bless you. Shalom. Simplify into bracket 27 on 64 all to the power -2 on 3. There are several ways of doing this. Now, one of the laws or one of the properties states that you have a fraction, that is A on B over B, all raised to the power -m is equal to, in brackets, all raised to the power m. Yes. So this, you just interchange the numerator and the denominator, which will clear the negative. So 27 on 64, this is equal to 64 over 27, all raised to the power 2 on 3. So we come to the next level. This is equal to, we try to rewrite the 64 in terms of indices. 64 and then 27 in terms of indices. And care must be taken. You check the exponent. If the exponent is fraction, then you look at the denominator. You ask yourself, can I express 64 in terms of indices, which will have a power of 3, so that it will cancel out? Now, 64 can be written as 4 raised to the power 3. 4 raised to the power 3. Or one of the laws states that if you have a fraction, all raised to the power an exponent, you can split them. So you can write, yes, b all raised to the power m. Yes, you can write it as a raised to the power m on b raised to the power m. Okay, so this one we can rewrite it as 4 raised to the power 3 all raised to the power 2 on 3. Yes, it's okay. Divided by 3 raised to the power 3 all raised to the power 2 on 3. Now, another property says that a raised to the power m all raised to the power, yes, n is equal to a raised to the power mn, which means you multiply the exponent. So with this, we can expand it as
cancel 3.
Cancel 3. Leaving 4 raised to the power 2 over 3 raised to the power 2. Now 4 raised to the power 2 will give you 16.
Will give you 9.